VR's best roguelike? Just got better.
Funktronic Labs just dropped a huge content update for the Light Brigade, so let's go over what they added in. I'm not going to take the time to go over every little detail here, as you can see the entire changelog is quite massive. There's a bunch of tweaks and bug fixes, and if you want to read about that stuff, I'll link to it in the description of this video. But you're here for the new content, so let's focus in on that. We now have two entirely new classes to play, the Breacher and Engineer. The Breacher is a close-range juggernaut wielding a pump-action shotgun, and this shotgun can really eat. And if you get a few upgrades going, you annihilate anything close to you. But since it's a shotgun, you have to manage your reloads a bit, because as we all know, shotguns just take more time to refill. Reloading can be a little bit finicky, but with enough practice, I got it down. I found the best way to do it was to start with my hand above the chamber and slide my hand back until a round loads. Then you just kind of keep flicking your wrist until you thumb in all the shells. Having the character palm all the shells was a great idea here. If you had to reach down and grab each shell from your ammo pouch, runs would be near impossible. Like I said, it does take a bit of practice, and I think the magnetic hand placement could be a bit stronger, but it works well enough as it is right now. And once again, the devs have really paid attention to actual firearm mechanics. You can load a shell into the breech, pump the action forward, and keep loading into the bottom chamber. That's good attention to detail, and we're just getting started on the good stuff. The shotgun is just meaty fun, and the best part is it seems to really take advantage of the tarot cards and damage enhancements. It fires out a bunch of pellets, and each pellet seems to be affected by your modifiers separately. So even something just like a 10% chance to paralyze triggers a lot. It's also the king of the chain shot, as one pull of the trigger can just lead to utter devastation. And what you just saw wasn't upgraded with any tarot cards. Now if you think that looked fun, just wait till you try the Engineer. The Engineer is equipped with the MP35 submachine gun, and just like all the other weapons in this game, it has a great chunky feel. The Engineer, however, ditches the typical sidearm in favor of a remote-controlled drone. This class and the drone are easily the crown jewel of the update. You deploy the drone by just tossing it out there and use this joystick mounted to your inventory belt to control it remotely. And it's easy to control, it feels fluid and natural. You can fire the drone's gun with the trigger or just let go of the stick and it'll take over. You can call it home whenever you want and even control the height. The yellow bar floating above the drone slowly depletes over time, and when the drone takes fire or damage, it depletes faster. When it reaches 0, it teleports back to you, and when stowed, it slowly recharges. The drone just offers so much utility. You can kill enemies from the safety of cover, use it to guard your backside, or even use it as a distraction to draw enemy fire. And its damage is also affected by the tarot cards. The possibilities feel endless, and it's like you don't have a buddy chopping down enemies with you. I can't stress enough how awesome and useful the drone is. It's integrated into the game brilliantly. I do wish I could toss some upgrades on it like crystals, but that just might make it too damn good. Because once you get some momentum build up, this little guy can just lay waste to anything in its path. Well done, Funktronic Labs. You've earned yourself a tip of the hat for this update. Oh, and yeah, you can now put on helmets, and they act as a shield that can save you from a fatal blow. And they're tiered. We now also have syringes that provide a temporary boost to your stats, stuff like double damage, or even a temporary maximum increase to your health. Any class can now also find a mini drone to toss out there. Feeling outnumbered? Use the flare gun to call in some reinforcements. Need some health? Drink from this canteen. Unlike the med kits, you don't have to consume it all in one gulp. And you probably already noticed the cigar from the intro. And the awesome thing about the cigar? It does absolutely nothing besides make you feel like a total badass. All of these items are a great addition to the game. These ammo boxes used to be just kind of boring ways to get new ammo and kind of got as exciting as a grenade. But now it's like Christmas morning every time you smash one open. But Funktronic Labs didn't just stop at new classes and items. They also added in a brand new shooting range with built-in challenges and high scores. There's also some new areas and environments you can stumble into during a run called the Lost Memories. These new areas are not RNG based, but instead handcrafted battlegrounds that help shake up the runs. And you can tell the difference in the level design. They just feel a little bit more progressive and focused. But it also seems like they added in some more tile sets into the RNG, as some areas seemed new to me. However, I did stumble across a few invisible walls, but I've shared that feedback with the devs, and I'm sure those edge cases will get ironed out. And now there's also something called a Sacred Memory Run. It tweaks runs in creative ways to make them more challenging for late game players. They also teased a new mysterious legendary tarot card that is ultra rare and gives players new powers. I haven't come across it yet myself, but my imagination is going on a wild power trip. When the Light Brigade first launched, it was easily worth the $25 asking price for what, in my opinion, is an essential VR title to own. But now with this added content, it just feels like a bargain. And the best news is, Funktronic Labs isn't done adding in new stuff. They have often called the Light Brigade a living game that will continue to grow with new content periodically being added in. And it also sounds like the new batch of content isn't all that far away. If you don't already own the game, it's a great time to jump in. And if you do have it, you owe it to yourself to give this content a go. Okay, enough soapbox from me. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments or stick up a thumb. I will continue to cover the Light Brigade as it grows and develops, so if you want to see more stuff like this, consider subscribing. Thanks.